Early Europeans were far from simple folks. These guys were fierce warriors that left small artistic clues to who they were. Fiercer than that. A little fiercer. There you go. The little feisty farmers of old. They were bold, and the items they carried with them often uncovered who they used to be. The Anglo Saxons, of course. Their fiery nature would take what would eventually become England by storm. These Germanic mix of people looking to conquer new lands after the fall of Rome around 400 to 1000 AC. With search of new lands, it's highly suspected that they left no survivors of the original English people that inhabited prior to their arrival. That's rude, little dude. That was rude. Once they settled as farmers, they raised livestock, grew crops, and, well, what else is there to know? They lived, they conquered, they shared many laughs, and only lightly stole, right? Well, not exactly. They were still very combative with their neighboring tribes, looting all who they sought to vanquish. Because they were known for being vicious, they hardly lived past 30, so it's hard to believe that they would trade with foreigners to obtain things like gold, silver, or copper. A good example of their plunder is this gold bractate that was found in the non-metropolitan part of England named Suffolk. Dated to be around 450 to 500 AD, the ornamental piece of jewelry inscribed with rune stick letters shows that they were well crafted by the Anglo Saxons. But where did they get this gold? Sure, they could be the greatest metalsmiths, but gold's not from England. Maybe tea is, but isn't tea from India? Did they steal this to upcycle it to make it their own? Another item that supports the sneaky ways is the whetstone from the Sutton Hoo ship burial. This is an item that is dated in the early 7th century, and it isn't exactly known what it was used for, but it does resemble a scepter much like those that were held by people of power in Roman society. The stag on the top in the Germanic world is a symbol of strength, speed, and often considered to be that of a king of the forest. It is of stone and copper alloy. For it to be made of stone and copper alloy poses an interesting question. If it was meant for a person of power, why is this item particularly made of copper? Does this mean that this was stolen from someone in higher ranks and turned into this whetstone? How is a common metal used to create something special? Were the Anglo Saxons just greedy about metals and just wanting it in case it was that they took upon themselves to enact violence? We do owe it to them for giving us the English language. Their times must have been harsh, but they did a lot to communicate between their multiple sub-kingdoms and protect their lands in hard battles against the Vikings. All in all, they influenced England's namesake, creating cultural, religious, economic, and political base for future generations to come.